August of 1590, a ship dropped anchor off the coast of Roanoke Island. John White stepped onto the shore, expecting to be greeted by the voices of 115 English settlers. His daughter was among them. His granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas, was there too. But there were no voices, no smoke rising from chimneys, no signs of life anywhere. 115 men, women, and children had completely vanished into thin air. Houses had been neatly dismantled. The livestock was gone. The only clue left behind, a single, cryptic word carved into a wooden post, no cross to signal danger. No message of distress, just a name. Welcome to Chronos Crypt, and today we uncover the chilling reality behind America's ultimate vanishing act. To understand how an entire town disappears, we have to look at why they were left alone in the first place. 3 years earlier, in 1587, John White had established this colony under the orders of Sir Walter Raleigh. It was supposed to be England's permanent foothold in the New World. But things went wrong almost instantly. Resources ran low, and tensions with local Native American tribes were rising. The colonists begged White to return to England to get help and fresh supplies. He agreed, promising to return within a few months. He had no idea a war between England and Spain would break out, trapping him in Europe for 3 agonizing years. When he finally made it back in 1590, the silence was deafening. Before he left, White had told the colonists that if they ever had to flee or were attacked, they must carve a Maltese cross onto a tree to signify distress. White searched every inch of the perimeter. He found the word Croatoan carved into a palisade post, and the letters Crow carved into a nearby tree, but there was no cross. Noord van. What did Croatoan mean? To Jon Weiter of Hope. Croatoan was the name of a nearby island, modern-day Hatteras Island, and it was home to a friendly Native American tribe led by a chief named Manteo. White assumed the colonists had simply packed up and moved 50 miles south to live with their allies. But White was never able to check. A massive storm damaged his ship's cables and anchors, forcing him to abandon the search and return to England. He died years later, never knowing the fate of his family. For centuries, historians were left in the dark. Until recently, scientists analysing a map drawn by John White himself called the Virginia Pars map noticed something strange. A tiny patch of paper had been glued over a section of the map. When they examined it with modern X-ray imaging, they found a hidden symbol underneath the patch, the distinct shape of a fort. Located 60 miles inland, away from the coast, could the colonists have moved further into the treacherous mainland instead of south to the island? Today, modern experts are divided into 3 chilling theories. The first is the massacre theory. Some believe a hostile tribe wiped out the settlement, though this fails to explain why the houses were neatly taken down rather than burned. The second is the assimilation theory. This suggests that facing starvation, the English settlers integrated into the native populations, eventually blending their bloodlines. Local legends later recorded Native Americans with grey eyes and European features. The third, and perhaps most haunting, is the inland tragedy. Did they build a second fort deep in the wilderness, only to be hunted down one by the harsh elements of an untamed continent? We may never know the absolute truth. The 115 souls of Roanoke belong to the soil now. If you want to uncover more hidden chapters of history, step back into the crypt by hitting that subscribe button. Until next time.